Living in the century of entertainment, we thought you would be delighted if we chose someone whose means of entertainment hit the highest peaks. Does the name Mr. Bean ring a bell? You can bet that it does. Rowan Atkinson is an English actor, comedian, and screenwriter. He's best known for two things: his use of physical comedy in his Mr. Bean persona and keeping as much of his private life private as possible. Hello everyone and welcome to our channel. In this video, we will tell you 10 amazing facts that you might not know about Rowan Atkinson. Number 10. His real name was Mr. White. It was not until after the production of the first show that they settled on Mr. Bean's name. At first, he had to decide between a few names that had something to do with vegetables. They started out with Mr. White, then moved on to Mr. Cauliflower, and ultimately decided to go with Mr. Bean, which is so very English that Atkinson himself pointed out that Mr. Bean was inspired by a French character created by the comedian and director Jacques Tati. Number 9. From University of the Queen's College to Victory. Despite the fact that he plays a humorous character, Rowan Atkinson is a very educated man. He is a graduate of two universities, the Castle University and the Queen's College of Oxford University, where he wrote his thesis on self-turning control systems. If we fast forward 20 or so years into the future, our comedian will have been honored with the title of Commander of the Order of the British Empire, abbreviated CBE, by the Queen herself. Atkinson had already had a number of accidental run-ins with a fictional version of Queen Elizabeth II in the hallways, and she had even hit him with a tray on one occasion. Number 8. He saved his family. In 2001, while on vacation with his family and taking in the sights of Kenya from above in a private plane, Rowan Atkinson performed an act of extreme bravery after noticing that the pilot had closed his eyes and slouched back on his seat. As a result, he was able to save his family from a fate that was almost certainly fatal. Even though he had never flown a plane before, he decided to take control of the aircraft and try to gain back some altitude while the plane was constantly losing height. Luckily, the pilot regained consciousness a few minutes later and was able to safely land the plane. Number 7. Rowan Atkinson started on radio. 1979 marked the beginning of Rowan Atkinson's career, which he began by starring in a series of comedy shows on BBC Radio 3 called The Atkinson People. These shows were written by Atkinson himself in conjunction with Richard Curtis. The series was comprised of fictitious interviews with notable men, all of which were made in a funny manner. The interviewed men in the show were all played by a single actor, which made the series even funnier. What we have learned from this is that there is no such thing as a bad place to begin a career, and that one should never give up on pursuing their dreams. Number 6. His $130 million net worth is impressive. During the course of his successful acting career, Atkinson amassed a sizable amount of wealth, which can roughly be estimated at $130 million at the present time. Since fortune is evidence of how successful an actor he is, it reaffirms Mr. Bean's popularity. Despite the fact that he does not have an extensive filmography, Mr. Bean and Johnny English are his highest earning works, with a total gross income of $618 million at the box office. Number 5. He has an impressive collection of cars. It's only natural for him to have an appreciation for the finer things in life, given the amount of money he has stashed away in the bank. His childhood fondness for cars began when he was young and used to drive around on his father's tractor, which is why he obtained a Class 1 license to drive a truck. Number 4. In addition to being a collector, he competes in races. Although he is known for playing clumsy characters like Mr. Bean and Johnny English, Atkinson is a huge car enthusiast and even races cars in his spare time. In the movies, Atkinson plays the role of a passionate car enthusiast who competes in a number of races. He took part in a competition hosted by the Aston Martin Owners Club at the Croft Racing Circuit, driving an Aston Martin V8 Zagato, which he wrecked but walked away from unharmed, despite the fact that he's considered a collector. Number 3. He wrecked his McLaren F1 twice. As was mentioned earlier, Atkinson has an impressive car collection, but he does not store it in a secret location like a basement or garage. Instead, he sold his McLaren F1 after crashing it twice and then selling it for $12.5 million. On the other hand, two of the unluckiest events associated with his car are that he was involved in 2 separate accidents while driving his McLaren F1. The second accident, which occurred in 2011, left the actor with a dislocated shoulder, in addition to $1.4 million in his pocket, which was paid for by the insurance company. It was the first time in British history that an insurance company demanded such a large sum of money for a car accident, which occurred when Rowan hydroplaned and crashed into a tree. Number 2. The cost of his divorce was $30 million for the house. Rowan Atkinson filed for divorce from his wife of 24 years, the makeup artist Sinatra Sandstreet, with whom he has 2 children, in 2015. The couple has been separated since then. After breaking up in 2014 due to the actor starting a relationship with an actress half his age, at the time of the breakup, Rowan and his wife were in the process of building a house in Oxfordshire that cost $15 million. After the divorce, Sinatra kept the home in London that was worth $30 million, while Rowan moved to a cottage in the city that was worth $5.5 million. In addition, Rowan was required to pay almost $7 million in legal fees for the divorce. Rowan was required to pay almost $7 million in legal fees for the divorce, making it quite an expensive process. However, the saying goes that nothing can get in the way of love. Number 1. He was in the guest list for the wedding of Prince William. It would appear that Rowan Atkinson was one of the 1,900 individuals to have been present at the wedding of Prince William and Kate Middleton. As a friend of the royal family, he was invited to the ceremony alongside his ex-wife, and the two of them were also invited to attend the wedding of Prince Charles and Camilla. Rowan Atkinson is rumored to be on the guest list for Prince Harry's wedding, which the future king will most likely attend with his new bride, who is 33 years old. That's it for today. We hope you guys enjoyed the video. Did you know any other interesting facts about Rowan Atkinson? Tell us in the comment section. Please like and share our videos. Remember to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for regular updates.